Your ego may tell you in no uncertain terms that you failed at that business or you failed at that marriage because you suck. You aren't here to succeed at life. I have to break it to you. No matter what, we're all going to end up dead one day. What are some new beliefs that you would like to bring in around your holistic success? Think of Hello, I'm Roseanna, a spiritual and Jungian life coach here to help you break free from the conditioned mind and the experiences of your past so that you can step into a life that you're head over heels in love with, one that you have consciously created. Today we're going to be talking about failure. We're going to redefine your idea of failure, and we're going to talk about how your idea of success is holding you back. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Your failures. Yep, all those times that you failed in life, which back up the unconscious belief that you suck. The failed business, the failed relationship, the failed investment, the failed outfit attempt. Oh, can our minds and egos just give us a break for a minute? A little reminder on the voice whose job it is to protect you, your ego. Your ego may tell you in no uncertain terms that you failed at that business or you failed at that marriage because you suck. It's all your fault. You never knew what you were doing anyway. And it may also tell you in the same moment that it's not really your fault because you can't help it that you suck. It's your parents' fault for not bringing you up with the love and attention that you needed. Your ego is going to tell you a lot of things, especially when it comes to failure, so that you stay in the mindset of you being small and a failure and never going to amount to anything. It's easier for your ego to protect you if it keeps you in the mindset of being a failure. It doesn't want you to know how absolutely amazing you are, because then it may leave you open to vulnerability and judgment from your peers. You will wander out into the world, fulfilling your soul's deepest desires. Your business could become wildly successful, and then bam, your ego isn't on the lookout. It's caught sleeping, and it's one refund request or a piece of negative feedback or a month without clients could bring the whole idea crashing down, and you will die alone. This is the drama cycle of the ego. It meticulously scans every move that you make by hijacking your mind and gives you beliefs that will keep you safe, as it has been conditioned to know what safety is. Your next reminder is that you are not the ego. You are not the thoughts or beliefs that your mind has about you being a failure, and you most certainly are not a failure, no matter what shitstorm has happened in your life. Even if on paper it was your responsibility to keep that business alive, it does not mean that you're a failure. There is always a higher reason for it. In truth, you are so much more than your ego. So let's change the tune on our failures so that we can step into a new paradigm of success. What if you could see your failures as redirections or simply lessons on your journey? Let's take a moment to talk about how your success is holding you back. So your ideas and definitions of success and failure are holding you back because they're keeping you in a belief cycle that is keeping you living a life based on your past conditioning and programming that you probably aren't good enough just as you are. You aren't here to succeed at life. I have to break it to you. No matter what, we're all going to end up dead one day, and at the pearly gates, nobody's saying, oh, you did better, so you're going here. You did better, you're going there. That's not what happens. Not that I know in truth, but nobody is judging us really on our successes. You also aren't here to fail at life. You are here to live life. Failure is a part of living. Do you really want to go through the rest of your life being worried about everything that you failed at, or believing that you didn't win because it wasn't a success? The old ideas of success and failure no longer serve us. If you look at the depression rates in adults today, they are astronomical. How society has been telling us what success is and how we'd be happy clearly isn't working. I used to believe, along with many of my peers, that success was a six-figure business, champagne on a Friday night, a hot boyfriend and fancy homes, first-class travel. Once I had all of that, I thought I'd be successful. This was driven by an unconscious belief that once I was successful, I would be worthy of love and acceptance from my parents and the universe. And a part of me believed I had to be successful to be deserving of being in this world. Just feel that for a moment. This really held me back because while I was doing all of these amazing things, I wasn't fully living. I was in my ego all the time, unconsciously worrying about what people thought about me. Can you feel the heaviness of that? When you're in the moment of truly loving your life and what you're contributing, then you're successful. Because success isn't money and marriage. Success is nothing external. It is all an inside job. True success is a holistic concept where we're able to be truly happy, healthy, and wake up looking forward to the day in our life that we get to live. Let's look at this failure. If you have failed at anything in life, then it doesn't matter. If maybe you're living a life out of alignment with your truth, then your failures are redirections. If you're in alignment with your truth, then you're learning lessons to help you in the process of becoming. I would like you to take a moment now and just journal what success and failure mean to you. Where do you believe that you have succeeded and where do you believe you failed? And then come back to me. We're going to redefine those beliefs in a moment. Okay, let's redefine failure. You have never failed at anything in your life. Let's think of a baby learning to walk. It will fall over quite regularly until it gets the gist of it. Are you going to tell that baby that it's a failure because it fell over a few times? My thoughts are probably not. Does the baby then stop trying because it fell over a few times? No. Say that you've been working on a business for a few months or a few years and you're figuring things out, what works and what doesn't. Can you see yourself as the baby and the business being the learning to walk bit? Would you tell your friend who had to pivot her business or career that she failed? Would you tell your sister who is now divorced that she failed? Once upon a time, the business idea that your friend was working on was right for her, and then she needed a nudge in a new direction. Once upon a time, your sister and her partner were in love, but they grew apart. This is life. We're in a constant state of evolution and need to become adaptable to change, which the ego doesn't want you to do. The more you're attached to the external ideas of success and failure, the more suffering you're in for because your ego is running your life. Your ego hates real change and needs ideas of success and failure to stay alive. And while the ego is alive and running your life, you cannot become who you were put on this planet to be. You need to transcend the conditioned mind of the ego in order to step into your true power. You do this through awareness, love, and inviting in new beliefs. Awareness of how you're living your life and what your conditioned beliefs are. Love for the so-called failed attempts at certain things in life that you were trying, and that is living. And then bringing in new beliefs that support your holistic success. What are some new beliefs that you would like to bring in around your holistic success? Think of all areas of your life, not just money and relationships. What about your spiritual growth or your overall well-being? Whatever failure it is that you're carrying in your heart, bring the idea of the baby learning to walk into your mind. Have love and compassion for the part of you that thought she needed to succeed to be loved and accepted by the world. You can never truly fail, and as long as you're living in alignment with your true values and not necessarily the conditioned ones of your past, then you're headed in the right direction. If you'd like to learn more about living in your unshakable power by deconditioning your ego mind, releasing failure, and aligning with your true self, then you can sign up for my free training on your next level life. You'll begin to learn so much about yourself through insights, profound meditations, and contemplative exercises. Failure will become a thing of the past. It's only success from this point forward. I hope this video has some way helped you redefine failure and success in your mind. The more that we attach to these ideas of external success and failure, the more suffering we're in for, because we're living from a state of ego. We are not ego. We are the true self, the unshakable power, one with the all that is. And do you think that consciousness is worried about success and failure? No. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all of my latest content to help you on your path of spiritual and personal growth.